Hello again. We ran into some technical difficulties, which happens. Let's see if everything is up and running. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me well. I will check the sound myself here as well. Checking, checking. Checking, checking. Okay, so we do have a bit of a lag, but I do hear myself well. So hopefully we won't run into a technical difficulty. Okay, so let's quickly do the welcome. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Nutraharmony Live. Whether this is your first time tuning in or you are already part of our wellness and wisdom community, to become part of that community, all you need to do is follow, set up notifications so you never miss upcoming lives. I am so glad you're tuning in, be it live or during replay. Today, we're focusing on energy, stress, and mental clarity, things we all need a little more of, especially today. I have addressed in the live that unfortunately got disconnected that today is September 11th, and we take a moment of silence to honor the lives lost and the families affected. We remember them always. My condolences and heart goes out to the families of Colorado High School as well as Charlie Kirk. It just saddens me that we're in this situation again. The more this is important, I encourage you to grab your favorite drink and come hang out with me. We'll learn the basics. Health that will help us deal with the stress, the energy to continue doing our work, and of course, the beautiful clarity that we all struggle to find in our thinking. So, if you ever felt froggy, same thing, anxious, or just plain tired, we're going to talk about natural solutions that help you feel more clear, calm, and focused without overstimulation. I just want to be clear, as I always strive to. These are not magical supplements, magical pills. It will never work without sleep, some exercise, and of course addressing main health issues. I always encourage you to have an open line of communication with your medical professional, especially if you have any type of diagnosis or you take any type of medications on regular basis. That said, on mute, I don't know why most people watch us on mute, hopefully because I'm so pretty. Click follow, set up notifications, and feel free to tap the heart button as many times as you like. Amazon doesn't limit you, and I'll be here with you live. So today we'll start with GABA, L-Theanine. I have it right here. Gorgeous, beautiful supplement. It's very well known in certain communities, the biohacking. And the reason why I use air quotes is because in reality, we don't need to be hacked. Our bodies are by design created beautifully. The only thing we really need to be paying attention to is what we put in our bodies, that we do enough exercise for our brain and physical, and of course, sleep. That's it. That's all the biohacking you need. And this is the beauty of Nutraharmony supplements, that they're so specific, that could address each specific issue, or better yet, deficiency, because you have to consider that these are vitamins, minerals, just the building blocks, the basics of our health. And we'll start with a product that is a small but mighty when it comes to stress and sleep support. And of course, it is GABA. GABA stands for gamma aminobutyric acid. It's a naturally occurring neurotransmitter. Neurotransmitter is something that sends signals in our nervous system or even in our brain, right? Because if you think about it, we're like robots in a way, that it's all about sending signals. So it's all about neurotransmitters that receive information and send information. And the better they work, the clearer and the faster information it travels around your brain and your body. So it's a naturally occurring neurotransmitter in your brain that helps calm down the overactivity in your nervous system. So when your brain's going a mile a minute, GABA is what tells it, hey, slow down. And there's a variety of reasons why our brain could be going a mile a minute. A great example is yesterday. I shouldn't have done that, but I was watching the news right before I went live at night, and the news started coming out about all the horrible stuff. I went live and I couldn't collect myself for 20 minutes because my thinking was, I have to go on, I know what I'm doing, I'm a professional, but my nervous system was going a mile a minute, and it took some time for my animal to catch up to my human, which is my brain. And it happens more often than we think. So, what is inside this beautiful bottle? GABA, 750 mg per capsule, also contains magnesium. And of course, it is vegan, non GMO, and made in the USA. And I always tell you, you have to be super discriminatory and super picky about what you put in your body, especially supplements, if you want it to work well. If you want the label to be clear about what's inside and actually tell you the truth, you need to double check on the efficacy and how good is the brand, right? Who stands behind the brand? How forthcoming are they with their information? So this is a capsule format, which is easy to add to your evening routine or pair it with other supplements in the morning. Ooh, they're so nice and slidey. I just like to show it. So they're super easy if you're taking other supplements to just put them in your pillowcase and you have one for each day. Pair them with supplements in the morning if you're using it for focus and calm. If you're shopping live with us today, the product is currently on a deal. You should be able to claim a coupon. Let me see. We had to stop the original live, so we may be running into difficulties. I also like to mention that Nutraharmony offers 20% off on your first subscribe and save order. And what many people don't realize, subscribe and save is super allows you to set up your deliveries as often as 2 weeks or as spaced out as every 6 months. So you can definitely tailor it to your needs. Let's see. So suggested combos, we have GABA that's already with L-Theanine, which is calm, focus, and relaxation without the drowsiness, right? We can do GABA with lion's mane that we'll talk about in depth in a minute. This combo is mood and brain support. You could also combine GABA with magnesium for those needing support with tension, nervous energy, or a deeper sleep. We'll talk about this one in depth in a minute as well. Or another great combo is GABA with vitamin D3 and K2. This is an incredible great if stress is affecting your mood and immunity. I actually heard a lot of interesting things about vitamin D3 on that famous podcast, CEO's Diaries, I think. They went specifically in depth about vitamin D3. Really interesting. So, who is it good for? Is it a good fit for you? Anyone struggling with racing thoughts? I gave a good example of how your mind sometimes goes a mile a minute. I definitely experienced that myself. Overwhelm or tension at work. Sometimes I tend to hype myself up, and it takes a long time for my nervous system to calm down and catch up to the reason and logic, right? So GABA helps you cut that time in half, if not more. Trouble winding down at night. If you come home and you close the door and it's just incredibly hard for you to leave your work outside of your house and you tend to bring it in and you still need to sit in your car for 30 minutes to an hour before you come through the door, or you come inside the house and everyone knows they have to leave you alone for an hour because you need to collect your thoughts. So if you're having a hard time winding down at night, this is also a great product for you to try. It's also great for occasional anxiety and sleep disruption. And the reason why I like it for sleep disruption, because unlike melatonin or something that kind of makes you drowsy and just sends you to drift to sleep, This will help address the issue that's preventing you in going to sleep to begin with. We've got a couple of questions here, and before we move on, let's quickly answer some common questions. I will, hold on, put you on pause just a second. I am so sorry. Oh, I even destroyed my little microphone. Okay, so we've got to, before we move on, I wanted to address some common questions that I hear about GABA. So what effect does GABA have on stress and sleep? GABA helps calm the nervous system, and that's what I was talking about, versus like melatonin or something that makes you drowsy and kind of helps you drift off to sleep. This addresses the nervous system, right? It calms the racing thoughts and helps you wind down. And of course, the beautiful combo that Nutraharmony came up with, which is GABA plus. Now, there's many ways of saying this, so just in case if you say it differently, it's fine. L-Theanine, this combo specifically clears the mind without sedating you, so you won't feel the drowsy effects like you would of melatonin or something comparable. It's great for both daytime and evening support, hence why I like it. I like my mind to be clear. I do have an issue with racing thoughts, but I don't want to feel the effects of melatonin or something like that. Plus, it kind of makes me drowsy in the morning too. So this is not it. This addresses the issue at hand, the racing thoughts, the nervous system that has trouble winding down. Next is, of course, number one question: is GABA safe to take daily? Yes, most people do take it daily. Just follow the recommended serving size. If you're on medication, it's always good to double check with your medical professional. And I'm going to say this warning again, and you're going to keep hearing me say it, but you always need to speak to your medical professional if you take any type of medication on a regular basis or if you have any type of diagnosis. Very important. Pregnant breastfeeding hopefully goes without saying, but I will say it anyway. Please speak to your medical professional. Okay, can GABA help with focus too for all my younger folks who are still looking to hack the system? By the way, it doesn't need any hacking. You were created by Mother Nature beautifully. Your body can do everything it needs to do. You just need to make sure it has all the building blocks. And again, building blocks are all the vitamins, nutrients that could be by diet or supplements, sleep, and movement. As soon as we stop moving, all goes downhill. Movement, sleep, and the good vitamins and nutrients that are needed for you to function, right? So, can GABA help with focus too? Indirectly, yes, if your stress or the mental noise, remember, GABA addresses the overworked, overstimulated nervous system. So, if your stress or mental noise is what's blocking the focus, GABA can help quiet that down so you can concentrate better. So, this a lot of when you start doing research or taking supplements kind of pushes you to get to know how human body works, one, and how your particular body works and your particular problems, because we are so different and we can be experiencing the same symptoms, but what got us there could be very different things. So if you could be super honest with yourself, or even in a conversation with your significant other or with your close friend, I'm sure they always have the best insights. I know it's easier to see it from outside. So if you have another trusted adult that you could talk to and ask them how they perceive what your issue may be. So just in case, if it's the noise or the stress of your nervous system that's blocking your clear and focus. That could feel something like I'm sitting down to do a task, but I keep having racing thoughts and I keep thinking about totally something else and I can't relax. I'm all on pins and needles. It is good to know that there are certain diagnoses, like I've mentioned before, that have symptoms like that. So of course, this is not a cure for any disease by any means. This is just to help you address our human nature where sometimes it gets out of hand. I think I mentioned it. Grab your favorite drink, and hopefully, for the next hour, if anything, we could just wind down together. So, we've addressed GABA, and as promised, the next one will be our mysterious mushroom. All the mushrooms of the world. I love how finally humanity had a good long look at itself and said, hey, Mother Nature is pretty smart. It created us. It must know what it's doing. Let's take a look around. We have so many beautiful flowers, plants, mushrooms that can help us. And lion's mane has been a star. I think it became so popular specifically because of all of our biohacking gurus, because there's probably not another single ingredient or supplement that is just as popular as lion's mane, because it is specifically made to support the big guy upstairs, which is your brain. So brain support supplement, which is lion's mane, that's getting a lot of attention, and for good reason. Lion's mane mushroom. Lion's mane is one of the few natural ingredients shown to support both focus and your mood, making it a very popular choice for people dealing with brain fog. I just like my number one thing. Brain fog, forgetfulness, a low motivation. It works by supporting the nerve growth factor, the NGF, which helps protect and regenerate brain cells over time. Many people take for granted, I know I have, of how my brain works and how much it actually requires for me to eat, sleep, and make sure I have all the right stuff going in, and physical exercise. So, what is inside the Nutraharmony lion's mane? We have lion's mane mushroom, 1,000 mg. Other ingredients include vegetable capsule, magnesium, vegan, non-GMO, and of course, always made in the USA. So you can be sure that it's made up to the highest standard. These are daily use capsules, and like most adaptogen and mushrooms, they work best when used consistently, not just as needed. Another adaptogen that you may have heard about is ashwagandha. So the big difference between these two, lion's mane and ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is incredible for stress, right? Stress, mood balance. This lion's mane addresses your brain and over time helps you focus, and that in turn improves your mood. So if you're watching this again during the week of September 8th to September 14th, there is a live deal that you should be able to find right now. I also like to mention that if you'd like to stock up, or you're thinking about taking this for a prolonged period of time, one of the best ways is, of course, to do a subscribe and save. Nutraharmony offers 20% off on your first subscribe and save order, which is incredible. So if you're looking to stack or take a couple of supplements that I've recommended, take advantage of subscribe and save. Many people don't realize that you can set up deliveries as often as 2 weeks or as set apart as every 6 months. So you don't have to receive it every month. You don't have to receive it every 2 months. Totally up to you. The recommended dosage is 2 capsules a day. There are 6, so that's 30-day supply for one person. So if you want to set up a delivery every month, that's fine. If you want to start off with 1 capsule a day and see how you feel, you can do that. So set up delivery every 2 months. Totally up to you. If you need help working out the math, or you want to know which in your particular situation would work best, just let me know what is your goal or what is your main concern in the chat, and I'll be happy to recommend. Okay, so suggested combos for lion's mane. What a beautiful name, right? Every time I say it, I think of a beautiful lion's mane. Mind you, I'm an owner of three cats, and one of my cats is this beautiful, tiny little thing, but he's this gorgeous lion color. I couldn't call it even better because it's something in between orange and beige. He's smaller than the other two. I have three in total, but he thinks he's a lion. And the presence that cat has, sometimes I watch him and I'm like, what can I take to feel just as confident as you do? All right, lion's mane, of course, as we said, you can combine it with our first ingredient, which was GABA. These two is mental clarity and mood stability. Now, if we take our beautiful GABA, and of course, if it has already L-Theanine, but if we want to add more for clean, calm focus, we can combine these two. Next is biotin or collagen peptides. So I have both. If we add biotin or collagen peptides, and there, by the way, all products are attached in the carousel below. These three is brain and beauty. Ladies, I am almost 40 next year. Uh, 40, but especially 50 plus, do yourself a favor. Just grab all three and come back to me. Tell me how you feel. If you know, you know. As promised, I will do a separate live just for us girls where we can talk and be a little bit more forthcoming about our perimenopause, about menopause. It's definitely in the works and it's coming. But for now, grab GABA, grab yourself collagen or biotin or all. You could do these two. This one also has collagen and keratin in it. Do these two, and this will be brain and beauty. Great for women 50 plus. Okay. Lion's mane and magnesium, which is brain plus tension support. We have magnesium right here. So these two are incredible for brain and tension support. So who is GABA good for? Let's listen up. Do you hear yourself in this list? Anyone dealing with brain fog, students or professional under mental strain, and of course, older adults focused on memory support. I always recommend for anyone 50, 60, or even 70 plus is to start GABA and then start at the same time start a new hobby. And it could be I don't know, building Legos, coloring, and see how easy you'll be able to see a progress of how much easier it will become to acquire new skills, right? So pick up a hobby which requires new little skills, anything with small motor skills involved, such as coloring, building Lego blocks, building plane models, anything that requires small motor skills. Start taking GABA, start the new hobby, and keep a little diary. See how you'll feel the progress. Is it getting easier or not doing that? It's a great exercise for your brain and for your nervous system overall. Okay, before we move to our next product, let's answer some question about lion's mane. And we've got lots of questions. I had to kind of narrow it down just in case if you don't hear your question, feel free to pop it right in the chat. Okay, let's go over the few most searched questions about lion's mane. What does lion mane actually do? It supports nerve regeneration, right? And cognitive function and may help with mood balance. It's often used for focus, memory, and mental stamina. So think of it this way. Every day there are gazillion, I don't even know the number, of cells that reproduce, right? The old one die off, the new one regenerates. So the regeneration or how well the new one is built and starts off, this is where lion's mane comes in. And especially this is true for our brain cells. So again, cognitive function, cell regeneration, and even mood balance. How long does it take to work? So most people feel some benefits within a week or two, but best results come with consistent use over time, especially for memory and brain health. For all my folks trying to biohack, I'm telling you right now, there's no amount of lion's mane, no amount of GABA, there's no amount of any type of supplement that you can take that will work if you don't get enough sleep, exercise, and fresh air breathing, right? And a good diet. If those three basics aren't met, there's no lion's mane that's gonna help you. However, if you're only struggling with sleep or with focus because of the racing thoughts, because of overstimulated nervous system, then lion's mane together with GABA will help you relax, come down, and wind down better at the end of the day. So, this is another reason why I always say start a little diary, start a little journey diary for yourself. That's why I also recommend starting a new hobby just to kind of gauge if you're thinking clearer, if you're thinking faster. With the new hobby, it's always good because you have to learn new skills. Start a diary when you're taking a new supplement. Keep it and be honest with yourself. How are you feeling? Are you feeling better? Are you feeling worse? And now remember, you also have to be honest. Did you sleep the night before? Did you get enough fresh air? Did you get enough walking and exercise? So then you'll find correlations and you'll know, is it working or it's not? Okay, how long does it take to work? So we've got that one out of the way. Can I take lion's mane with other supplements? Yes, it stacks beautifully. Stacks meaning combines gorgeously with GABA, magnesium, and of course, B complex. It is not a stimulant, so there's no crash or jittery side effects. That's what I personally love about lion's mane. Next, is it safe for older adults? Absolutely. In fact, it's one of the most researched mushrooms for aging brains. It's safe, non sedating, and can support clarity and confidence in daily life. Okay, before we move on to our next product, let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions. I'm kind of glad. I'm going to pour myself some more water. I'm kind of happy that I didn't reschedule the live, but let me tell you, yeah, I'm trying to open an open bottle. But because I'm telling you, yesterday, 20 minutes into the live, I just couldn't gather myself. I will never do anything like that again. I will never watch the news and then, come and try to help, try to do a live and try to help people and bring a little bit knowledge, a little bit of my experience. Oh, that was the worst decision ever. So now we'll talk about one of my favorite daily tools for staying calm and focused without getting sleepy. And of course, it's our L-Theanine. It's an amino acid found naturally in green tea. How cool is that? I love green tea. I love matcha. What's special about it is that it promotes a relaxed but alert state. As I said, I hate when it's an altered state of my brain. I like to be focused. I like to be clear. Even to go to sleep, some of the products like that are easily accessible, like melatonin or things like that, they just make me nervous and they put me on ease. The drowsy feeling of cough syrup, I hate that. So if you don't appreciate any of that, try this. This is an incredible, incredible little amino acid. So it helps you stay focused without the jittery crash and sometimes comes with caffeine. So here we have, let's double check, no caffeine. So rice flour, vegetable capsule, 400 mg, and the serving container is, let's see, we have here 120 capsules, 2 servings per day, when we have 60 servings per box. I was under the impression there was 60, but I think it's a different box. They're also available in 60. Okay, so yes, 2 capsules once daily, or as directed by your physician. Okay. So the only recommendation here that I see that I usually not so good at following is It says to consume on an empty stomach or before a meal. So not after a meal or not with a meal. This is interesting. I actually haven't tested it, having it with a meal or after a meal, or actually doing so before on an empty stomach. Let's take a look at the capsule itself. So it works by increasing alpha brain waves, the same kind of calm alertness you feel when meditating or doing something that comes without the caffeine. We all know how, well, most of us, I guess, coffee definitely used to be more popular when I was growing up or younger. Now it seems that the kids are all about biohacking and definitely a healthier, or they choose their own vices. Okay, let's take a look at this beautiful capsule. So regular size would be easy to take, super easy to add to your routine. You can put it right in your pill capsules along others. So works by increasing alpha brain waves, the same kind of calm alertness you feel when meditating or doing something relaxing but mentally engaging. So something you like, but also requires your brain to be focused. What is inside? I think I've just addressed it. It is vegan, non-GMO, and gluten-free, and virtually has no scent. I know many people have been asking me about certain. This one has virtually no scent. I know some are sensitive to textures or scents. Again, this is a very easy capsule to swallow with water, and it has no scent. So a single ingredient, high potency capsule, ideal for stacking with other brain and stress support supplements. Let's see. It's is it on the deal? Yes, there's a limited time deal right now on the product. Plus, there's a 20% off if you do a subscribe and save. I know I keep repeating it, but if we have someone tuning in and they haven't heard it, I don't want them to come back and say, hey, apparently I could have gotten a better deal. Why didn't you tell me? So I'm telling you, not only is there a limited time deal, there's also a 20% off going on right now. So what are we going to pair it with? Of course, we'll pair it with GABA for calm body and calm mind. We can pair it with lion's mane, which will give us a smooth, non-jittery focus. Until next week, I'm going to test it, taking it with food and on an empty stomach. And I'll report back if I feel the difference or not. Of course, with a B complex, which is stress resilience and daytime energy. B complex is energy, will boost any other supplement to give you even more energy. And of course, with magnesium, which will give you a relaxing support without the grogginess. Okay, so who is it good for? Let's listen. So people under constant mental pressure, meaning you are a teacher. Thank you so much for all the hard work you do for our children and our communities and our country. I just can't think of anyone else. Okay. Teachers, police officers, nurses. Again, thank you for your service. So anyone who has to deal with a high stakes job or constant pressure could benefit, right? So if you're under constant mental pressure, this is great. Anyone who reacts poorly to stimulants. So if coffee is not your thing and you've tried others, this may be your solution. Those struggling with focus under stress. So if you're going in to take a test and you know the material, but you can't, because of your nervous system, it almost feels as if it like blocks off all the knowledge because you're so nervous. If that happens to you and you struggle under stress, this may be your solution. Ideal for midday calm or pre-bed winding down, especially if you take it alongside magnesium. Okay, questions. Do we have any questions in the comments? No, I have a bunch of shy people in the live, but I want to see some questions. And of course, I want to see the hearts. This is the best way to support me. Of course, other than hopefully I'm helping you to make the right purchase. But to click lives lets me and Amazon, thank you so much, know that you guys are enjoying the live and you find it informative. Okay, so few quick answers to most common questions people ask. Can I take this and GABA together? Absolutely. This is why this one exists. And this was the first product in our lineup that we described. It has both ingredients. They work beautifully together. L-Theanine keeps your mind calm and alert, while GABA helps relax your body. So body and brain, beautiful. Next, does it help with mental clarity under stress? This is exactly what it helps with. So absolutely, exactly. That's what makes this such a popular supplement. It could reduce the noise without reducing your sharpness. Will it make me sleepy? No, not on its own. It's not sedating, which makes it perfect for daytime use or taking it alongside stronger nighttime supplements if needed. Is it good for focus too? Yes, especially if your focus gets blocked by racing thoughts or stress. It helps clear that out so you can think more clearly. Like on my own, it takes me 20 minutes to get my system back in check, and continue what I was doing. With this little supplement, I come back stronger, or maybe I don't even go off the rails to begin with. So, uh, next one is, of course, the ever so popular magnesium. I think we all got introduced to this one when pandemic hit and we were all climbing up our walls because we all of a sudden teachers had to homeschool their own children as well as teach their students from home. It was a disaster. Let me see. I don't know why I can't seem to open. I wanted to show, I have an open one, but I wanted to show you the beautiful container, not the one that got a little bit, may have been a little bit destroyed in the process. My medicine cabinet is currently looking like a disaster because I don't know about you, but when the season change, I change, right? Because the needs change, so I need to bring in different things. So I have a winter medicine cabinet, a summer medicine cabinet, and if you ask me what is the biggest difference, I'll tell you. The amount of band-aids my children go through in the summer is insanity. And same thing for winter. Elderberry becomes a star during the winter cold months. Okay, so magnesium complex. I love this one. Next up is something we could all probably use more of, especially when stress and sleep are an issue, and that's magnesium. We all got introduced to this beautiful supplement during the pandemic. I knew that I did because I had to homeschool 3 kids, all in different grades. I was going insane. But not just any magnesium, Nutraharmony magnesium. This formula gives you a couple of different things. We have magnesium, vitamin D3. I think I may need glasses. D3, B6, and black pepper. You know what? I think it's time to admit it to myself and others that I may need. Let me grab my glasses. I should have taken them to begin with, but I think this is something new for me that I'm experiencing lately. I am almost in my 40s. So, hello, maturity. It is time to admit to myself. Okay, so yes, vitamin D3, B6, and black pepper. The blend supports muscles, nervous system, which is important because our body uses magnesium in over 300 functions. Just think about it, right? One little magnesium is running around in 300 different functions. So not all forms absorb or act the same. The specific blend supports muscles, nervous system, focus, sleep, mood, and even your digestion all in one capsule. Of course, the main focus is magnesium. So, magnesium as oxide, citrate, aspartate, glycinate, and malate. Let's double check. I always like to double check. Okay, this one is 500 milligrams of magnesium glycinate. We have vitamin D as in vitamin D3. And that's important. If you watch that beautiful, beautiful podcast, The Diary of a CEO, they had an incredible scientist who explained the difference between all the vitamins D and why D3 you'd want to specifically look at. Vitamin B6 and black pepper extract. Okay, so This product is also on a limited time deal. And of course, you can use with any product 20% off if you do a subscribe and save, and you get 20% off on your first order. Okay, let's see. Crows suggested combos. So we talked about magnesium and GABA, which is full body calm and better sleep. If we want magnesium with our L-Theanine, then we'd get stress reduction without the drowsiness. Magnesium plus lion's mane, my favorite. This is cognitive support and tension relief. Hello, parents of high schoolers. I'm officially now in your ranks. So these two support cognitive, hello, brain function, and tension relief. So you're just calmer and you're able to take it better whatever life throws at you. Then magnesium with D3, K2 vitamins helps with absorption and overall wellness. So if you want to boost, grab the D3, K2. Sounds like something out of a fantasy novel, right? That's how a robot would be called. D3, K2. Oh, I forgot my lucky pin. If you were here last time and you saw the lucky pin, let me know in the comments what was on that pin. That character is probably better known than magnesium. Okay, so who is this good for? I would say people with muscle tensions, headaches, and fatigue, those who feel stressed but wired. That's a different type of stress. And anyone looking to support sleep, mental calm without the heavy sedative feeling. Also great post-workout or before bed. And let's tackle a few of the most common questions before we move on to the final guide. We're going kind of a little bit slow today. We had to talk about recent events and address today's day. Okay, magnesium glycinate, better for anxiety. Yes, glycinate is one of the most common forms of magnesium, which is what we have here, and it's easy on the stomach too. What is the difference between this and magnesium citrate? So this formula includes glycinate, which helps with stress. Citrates help with digestion, and malate helps with energy and focus. This is why we say take this one with lion's mane for brain cognitive function and overall focus. Can I take this during the day or only at night? That's a great question. Either some people take it in the evening to wind down, others take it in the morning to help reduce the stress and tension throughout the day. How long does it take to notice results? Remember, again, my recommendation is to do a journal. Let's see. Most people feel a difference in just about a few days, especially in sleep quality, tension, or mood stability. Okay, before we move on to vitamin D3K2 in capsules format, I wanted to mention that we also have them in liquid in drops. I think I have attached both formulas. They're right next to each other, just in case if capsules aren't your thing and you really like the liquid and the drops, you could check out both. Okay, next. The beautiful, beautiful vitamin D3 plus K2. These are the capsules. So let's talk about the foundational, basically. This is the foundation that shows up in a lot of health routines and for good reason. Vitamin D3 and K2. So if you're supporting your mood, your immune system, or energy, especially during the colder or low sunlight months, this combo is essential. For me, it's essential because I live in New York City. So our sunshine is about to go to non-existent. So this is essential. We have in this capsule D3, 10,000 IUs, K2 or the MK7, 120 mcg. It also includes magnesium, zinc, vitamin C, and vitamin B12, which is super cool. It's basically a powerhouse blend, not just for bones and immunity, but also for mood, hormonal balance, and of course, nutrient absorption. The liquid version has USDA organic, same D3 and K2 combo, natural orange flavor. It is sugar free and perfect if you prefer drops or want to mix it into water or juice. So if you don't want to swallow capsules and you're looking for a liquid alternative, right now I have highlighted the capsules. You can find the liquid right here. So both, let's see. Whether you're getting capsules or drops, you could still have the 20% off on subscribe and save. So when to use capsules and when to use drops if you don't care about the delivery method. So capsules are great for stacking with other pills, easy for travel because you can put them, put your whole week in your pill box or your supplement box, whatever you like to call it, and you're set to go. Drops, you need to bring the whole bottle for your travel. So this is easier for travel. Drops are better if you don't like pills or for some reason you want faster absorption or prefer a liquid routine. For example, you have other supplements that are already liquid and you just want to make it easier and have liquids across the board, then grab the liquid. Otherwise, grab the capsules. Again, they're right below me in the carousel. They're right next to each other for your convenience. Just to again go over the suggested combos. So D3K2 magnesium complex or magnesium glycinate rather, synergistic absorption and calm. D3K2 plus B complex is immunity and energy combo. D3K2 plus the GABA is stress and mood support. D3K2 plus collagen peptides, or you could take biotin, which also has collagen and keratin. This is skin, bones, and hormonal support. So who is this good for? Again, I'm going to mention this anyone with low sun exposure. So if you're like me and summer's over by you and soon the sun will go down and you won't experience as much as sunlight, D3 is a great idea to start supplementing. Also, people dealing with mood fluctuations, fatigue, or hormonal shift, hello me, perimenopause and menopause. And of course, adults 50 plus, supporting bones, immunity, and long-term wellness. Just a great overall little biohacker. I'm going to keep making fun of these people because this is so funny. Okay, D3K2 Q&A. Let me know if you have your questions or you don't hear your question being addressed. Put it in the chat. That's why I'm here. So question number 1. What does D3K2 actually do? It sounds the name is, when I say them together, it sounds like they come from a fantasy movie. Okay. D3 helps with calcium absorption. Many people don't realize they take calcium without vitamin D. Doesn't work like that. You need the little key to open it and to help the calcium absorb. So D3 helps with calcium absorption, mood, immune strength, and K2 helps that calcium to your bones away from soft tissue. Which is better, capsules or drops? Both give you the same D3K2 combo. Capsules are convenient for travel especially, or since you're taking capsules already. Drops are great if you don't like pills or want faster absorption. Can I take this with other supplements? Absolutely. It is commonly stacked with magnesium, B complex, GABA, or collagen. And it actually helps your body use nutrients more effectively. How often should I take this? Daily, especially in the fall or winter. Remember, we talked about my winter medicine cabinet, my summer medicine cabinet. So hello, D3 and K2 alongside of elderberry. These are going into my winter medicine cabinet. So fall and winter, if you're feeling sluggish or immune compromised, you can choose subscribe and save to make it automatic and also get 20% off on your first order. Whew. Okay, a couple of highlights before we sign off. We have about 5 minutes left. Let's go. So B complex drops Uh, yep. Do I have them here, I wonder? I have the, oh yes, I do. I do. My beautiful B complex. Okay, so a full spectrum of B vitamins blend B1 to B12 to support daily energy, focus, and nervous system balance. I've mentioned B vitamins a couple of times today. Take a look, grab them. There is a deal on them, limited time deal. Usually those last a day or two, so grab them while it's still there at a great price. Great if you're already using magnesium or D3. B vitamins help activate and absorb other nutrients. So these two boost each other. And of course, liquid format makes it easy to take, no pills necessary, shown up in lots of cross-sell data. So these are great together. Next, biotin drops. I'm not sure if I have biotin drops on hand, but I do have biotin gummies and biotin capsules. Absolutely preferable, but I attached both to you. Right now, you're looking at biotin liquid drops that you can get, or you can get the gummies. Gummies are absolutely delicious. I love them. First of all, they're pink. They're adorable. Second of all, they're easy to take. They taste great. Okay, so biotin drops or biotin gummies. While known for hair, skin, and nails, biotin also supports energy, metabolism, and of course, our brain health. I have to show you the beautiful gummies. Ah, they smell so good. Okay, I have them highlighted for you right now. So they pair surprisingly well with lion's mane and D3. So 1, 2, and lion's mane. You got beauty, you got brain, you got focus, and then you've got D3K2 to unlock and boost these two. I mean, couldn't have asked for a better combo. So uh, drops offer higher absorption and gummies offer flavor and convenience. Pick based on preference. Both are currently on deal and have the 20% off on subscribe and save. Of course, lymphatic drops that we talked about in our first live. A gentle detox that supports your lymphatic system. Great if you're clearing brain fog, fatigue, or sluggishness. Commonly paired with GABA, magnesium, or B complex to support full body flow and energy. Liquid format, alcohol free, easy to stack with your morning routine. Okay, a couple of minutes left. Let's do a quick Q&A. What is the best supplement for focus and stress? There is no one size fits all, but a lot of people get great results from stacking GABA, lion's mane, and L-Theanine, which calms the body and clear the mind. In our case, we have GABA and L-Theanine. That was the first supplement that we spoke about today. It has both ingredients. The only thing you need to add is lion's mane. How long does it take for these to work? Supplements like GABA and this one specifically work pretty much the same day. Others like lion's mane or D3 built on over time. You'll notice the better focus or mood within 1 to 2 weeks. Let's see. Can I take all of these together? Yes, that's actually how most of the bundles are built. Everything is designed to work together without overlap or weird interactions. Will this help with sleep too? It can. GABA, magnesium, all support better sleep. And if stress is keeping you up, these can help calm things down naturally. Awesome. Let's see. Bundles, I've also included, so we have the first 5 things that you'll find attached are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 main ingredients. Then I'll have in the carousel products that I recommend them taken together, like biotin, collagen, vitamin B complex, and of course, and one last thing. So Nutraharmony offers 20% off your first subscribe and save order. Most people choose delivery every 2 months, but you can set it as often as you need, as often as 2 weeks, or as rarely as 6 months. Super flexible. And Amazon may even offer 10 to 15% on your first order on top of it, depending on your settings. So it's definitely worth checking. You can walk away today with, I don't know, 25 to 45% off discount. Okay, that's a wrap, my friends. Am I glad I did not reschedule today's live? I hope you had a great time as I did with you. Thanks for spending time with me and being part of the wellness and wisdom community. It is super easy to join us. All you have to do is follow. We're here to explore simple, effective ways to take better care of our brain, our bodies, and improve the quality of our lives. Everything we've covered is just below in the video, and don't forget to follow so you don't miss what's next. Your wellness journey is just getting started, and I'll see you next time. This was Juliana and TrueNet. Now I stutter. This was Juliana and Nutraharmony. Thank you so much for joining me. And again, my condolences and my heart is with all the people who've lost their loved ones.